everybody. Welcome to episode 5 of the LucasFilm edition of the Capitals, Capes, and Clones podcast. Today we're going to be talking about Hera Syndulla, the Star Wars cookbook, and more. We are Castles, Capes, and Clones, where we discuss everything in the Disney universe. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. Hit the bell for notifications, and do like this post, as it really does help us out. I'm Loren, and I'm here with my cousin and co-pilot, Rich.
Hello.
How's it going?
Going all right. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Yep.
Yeah, nothing exciting or anything going on.
Nope.
Sadly. All right, well, let's get into the news.
Right.
So there is a rumor that Hera Syndulla will replace Cara Dune in Rangers of the New Republic. If that happens, I will be such a happy camper.
It makes sense. It's a character that would, depending on where in the timeline this takes place.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what a Twi'lek's lifespan is, but if this was something that was meant for Cara Dune, then definitely, because we know what happened to Hera after Return of the Jedi. Because at the end of Rebels, they had a little epilogue.
Right. She had a child.
Yeah. Jason Syndulla.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be interesting because, he would be a child of a Jedi.
Yeah.
So that's something. So it makes sense, though. I swear, I'm pretty sure I know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Once they announce that, then it'll be this war about who's cast as it, because Vanessa Marshall is the voice.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone thinks that the voice should play the character, even though the only real actor that was kind of hired specific, like design wise, is Bo-Katan. Like everyone, Hera, Sabine, Ezra, they were all designed way before the cast. So It's not like they did that. And then some people argue, well, it doesn't have to look exactly like it, but I mean, they kind of at least have to resemble anything. I mean, Vanessa Marshall probably good, because all he needs is green.
Right. They could just put green on her and black coat and ready to go.
I mean, I wouldn't say no.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hopefully whoever it is will be good. That's all I care about. If it's Vanessa Marshall, yay. If it's another actor that's really good, yay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But there are other options as well. So we'll see.
Yeah. I'm super excited if this is going to come to pass. So I can't wait to, it's interesting to see what rumors actually happen and what don't. So, yeah.
I mean, even in story-wise, if at some point The Mandalorian, Ahsoka, The Rangers of the New Republic, and the Book of Boba Fett culminate into a crossover event, and it's way too early and no other shows are out, but I feel like something that could bring them all together is Grand Admiral Thrawn, and he's closely kind of tied with the Ezra Bridger story, which Ahsoka's obviously involved with that. Sabine somewhere should be involved, and also Hera, right?
Yeah.
And if we to get Hera, and he's already been in Rogue One, we get live action Chopper.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe even Zeb. But that one I feel might be hard because Zeb is not just a alien species, but like anatomy wise, it'll be hard to pull off cheap.
Yeah, they'd have to do CGI.
Yeah, and I don't know. I mean, like a full CGI of him, I don't know how much that would cost on a show budget. I mean, not to say that they don't spend a lot, but that would be his character is going to be totally just cost.
Right.
But who knows? I mean, raking in that Disney Plus money.
Yeah. All right. Well, Game of Thrones star Indira Varma has joined the Disney Plus series Obi-Wan Kenobi.
I mean, sure. I don't know
who she would play. Yeah, I don't know
who she play. Like the thing, like the only thing that I can see being tied into an Obi-Wan series is Aunt Beru and Uncle Owen.
Mm-hmm. I don't think he would be an Aunt Beru.
No.
I think he'd be some kind of Jedi or some kind of he could be a Inquisitor.
That's very possible. She could be an Inquisitor.
Because she's got the fighting skills.
Yeah, like I don't know how well they operate independently because they are run by Vader.
Right.
Unless they kind of retcon or make some different kind of like, well, it's almost a certain point of view of the line that in A New Hope where Vader is like, when last we met, I was but the learner, now I am the master.
Mm-hmm.
He's like pretty much past that point. So if they meet, I mean, like, and it's also like he was above Tatooine. So if the Inquisitors knew that he was on Tatooine,
mm-hmm.
Vader knew he was on Tatooine, and one, I'm pretty sure he'd know he's alive.
Right.
So there's that. I don't know. We'll see. Like it wouldn't bother me if there was no other Jedi-like people in the Obi-Wan Kenobi series.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes I just think you don't need to necessarily ram Jedi into everything.
Right.
So.
Right.
But yeah, that's cool. I don't know. I guess she's the only other actor that's been associated with it.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
All right. Well, Lucasfilm has released an early unmasked look at Fennec Shand in The Bad Batch in honor of Women's History Month. She looks like Ming-Na Wen. Yeah. Which, obviously she's supposed to, but they did a really good job in designing her.
Yeah, it's like I haven't spent a lot of time like looking at Ming-Na's like costume and whatever, and like the one thing I noticed was like these orange kind of accents in her hair. I'm like, oh, that's cool. And then I went back and saw a picture of Ming-Na Wen in The Mandalorian. She does have that orange.
Oh, that's cool.
In her hair. So,
yeah.
One step closer to getting a Ming-Na Wen figure.
Yes, I want one so bad.
Yeah.
Can we put a link to this picture on our show notes?
I can put the picture in there.
Okay, or whatever.
Yep.
All right. Well, moving on. During Topps WinterCon, Katie Sackhoff spoke about wanting to see Vizila in the live action and further explore Bo-Katan's backstory in live action to help put perspective on her character now that more Star Wars fans have been introduced to her in The Mandalorian. I'm all about it. I'm all about everything Vizila, her backstory. I think she's a fascinating character. I want to see it.
Yes. I will say, though, that the voice for Pre Vizila probably could not play Pre Vizila.
Right.
Because that is Jon Favreau.
Yeah.
I mean, I love Jon Favreau. He's a great actor, but this guy does not look like him.
Right.
And he's a little bit more athletic looking.
Yeah.
Obviously, this would be either some kind of like prequel to Clone Wars, really, or like in flashback. But she makes a point, like this is how big of a Star Wars fan she is. Like, she knows what's going on with the character, and that's why she was kind of saying, like, she also said, she encouraged people to watch the Clone Wars to get to know her character, but if people aren't going to go back to cartoon, to explore her past, because her relationship with her sister is also interesting, because she is the sister of the Duchess. So one became royalty, and one became almost like a rebel against Mandalore. So that's an interesting thing. And then, she was kind of thrust in, with what happened, she kind of thrust into leadership, all that stuff. And that she's like, it's interesting that when you first meet Bo-Katan, she's not a hero. Like, she is against pretty much her sister at that point. So it's an interesting thing, and it definitely points that Katie Sackhoff is more than welcome playing her again in other things. So who knows, maybe, but I would like to see, and like, more now that she's more of a mainstream character now, getting the mainstream audiences to get to learn about her would be awesome.
Definitely, because I think more people obviously watch live action, and more people watch The Mandalorian. So the more that we can get out about her in that show, I think will be incredible.
Yeah, there's a little subsect of like people who watch Star Wars who don't think like cartoons are part of the story, but they are definitely part of the story. And from Ahsoka to Bo-Katan, we're going to get that stuff, and hopefully even more book characters like Cobb Vanth and all those kind of things. So it really ties the whole story together. So.
All right. Well, moving on to video game news. Zen Studios has announced that their line of digital Star Wars pinball games is going VR in a video that mimics the Star Wars Special Edition trailer from the 90s. That sounds like a lot of fun. I love pinball.
Yeah. So if you're not familiar, like this, they make video game versions of pinball machines. So all like classic actual pinball machines. What this is literally the VR version. So you go into a space. So you're playing pinball in this virtual space, like you're in front of a pinball machine.
Wow.
And when you hit certain things and certain events happen in pinball machines, it happens in these games, but now with VR, it kind of makes it an all immersive kind of thing. So if something lights up or some character pops out in a pinball machine, they can fly around and whatever. And then also in the space, you can get decorations. You can kind of decorate. It's almost like your own personal pinball cave. So it looks cool. It makes me want to get a virtual reality set. I'm just waiting for like the next gen to come out, so that because I feel like we're on the tail end, so I want to wait for the next versions of it out or come out before I dive into it. But it looks really cool. And they have the original trilogy, so 3 film machines for that. They have Rogue One. They have Mandalorian, Rebels, and like a Masters of the Force pinball machine.
How awesome.
Yep.
Nice. I like it. All right, moving on to publishing news. A new Star Wars cookbook, Star Wars Galactic Baking, is being released in April April, and a sample recipe for Bantha blue butter sandwich cookie is available on StarWars.com. I bought that one.
So
it's a lot of alliteration.
Bantha blue butter sandwich cookie. It looks like I thought when I first saw it, it looked like a blue macaron, but it's not. It's kind of like a sugar buttery cookie, but it is blue.
Is that the cookie that that Grogu was eating?
Well, a blue macaron is what he's eating.
Yeah.
So this is not that. It looks like it because it's blue. It's substantially bigger than a macaron. So this is not it.
Got it.
Literally, it's a macaron. So if you know how to make a macaron, you can make Grogu's cookie. So because that's exactly what it is.
Okay.
So these are baked, like desserty kind of things, focused. But I might pick it up because there's some other interesting things in there I might want to try out.
I would have loved this as a kid because when I was younger, I had a Marvel one and I carried it around all the time. I have it. I bought it on eBay, and I love it. I love looking through the pictures and all that. The recipes are a little bit difficult in that, but I think that's par for the course with cooking. That sometimes it's not, unless you're just doing grilled cheese and tomato soup or something like that. So anyway.
I mean, it depends on what it is. I mean, I think a lot of it is just getting over measurements and all those kind of things. But normally a lot of things aren't as hard as they might seem.
Mm-hmm.
And who knows? Maybe I'll make some for the show.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
There's one YouTuber that I'm watching, Just Ginger, and she is taking the unofficial Disney cookbook and cooking her way through it.
Nice.
And I thought that's interesting. Okay, so Jeffrey Brown, known for a series of kids' Star Wars books, is depicting Vader and his exploits in trying to raise a young Luke and Leia. It's released as a holiday book, and the Vader family Sith Myth in October.
Yeah. Are you familiar with his books?
I know it's like the one that looks like Calvin and Hobbes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a sort of like
those are cute.
It's literally Vader raising a young, like maybe like 7-year-old Luke and Leia.
Yeah.
So it's pretty funny. Like there's a bunch where it's like Vader's little princess, or I think that's his first one. So it's a humorous kind of look at the Dark Lord of the Sith trying to raise 2 toddlers, and it's really cute. So I look forward. I like those books, so I'll probably pick it up.
Yeah.
For Cassiana.
Yeah. I wanted for myself. All right. Well, in collector news, Mattel Creations, in partnership with Project Arts, has placed a specially crafted hovering pram up for bid through an online auction on eBay. The proceeds will go to fund Project Art, which is an organization that brings art to underprivileged K through 12 children.
Yeah, so this thing is like life size and it literally levitates. So last time I looked, it's up to $9,000.
Wow. That's awesome though, that people are bidding so high. to fund the project art.
Yeah, I think like the Grogu that's there is one of the ones they sell normally, like a normal plush Grogu, but the Pram is like life size, or at least size for the bigger plush. But yeah, it's like there's like super magnets and whatever because it floats. So
wow,
it's crazy looking.
Like how high off the ground?
I mean, it's not like super high, but I mean, it's substantial. I mean, it's at least half a foot.
Wow.
Ground. So that's what it looks like. I think it's really amazing. Powerful superconductor magnet, whatever things they were. So
that's
I mean,
amazing.
It would probably cost at least $1,000 anyway. So
right.
It's not something definitely they would be able to mass produce. Well, they could, but I mean, that'd be pretty expensive. But looks cool, and it's a good cause. So check it out. We'll have the link below. Though I didn't check how long the auction is on for, but I'm sure it's for a little bit. So if you have the means, and bids up to $9,000 last time I checked, go for it.
Right. Sure. All right. Well, we've come to the end of our episode. Be sure to subscribe to our channel, hit the bell for notifications, and do like this post. Please share our post with your family and friends. We'd really appreciate it. You can always reach us at podcast@castlescapesandclones.com. Leave us your feedback, both good and bad. We'd love to hear from you. You can reach me personally on Twitter @Lojav and on Instagram @Loren Javier. Where can they find you, Rich?
You can reach me on Instagram and Twitter on @R2 Ramasanta.
All right. Well, the opinions expressed on today's vlogcast are solely our own and do not represent the Walt Disney Company, its subsidiaries, or assets. Thanks so much for joining us, and we'll see you later. Bye.
Yep. May the Force be with you.